This is KMTV 3 News Now, live at 10.
A packed house tonight at the OPS board meeting. The district is talking about a plan to change how it pays staffers. Good evening, I'm Craig Nigrelli. Jenny is off tonight. The district wants to switch from the current 12-month cycle to a 10-month plan. Now at 10, reporter Maya Signs on why some workers do not like that idea. Maya.
Yeah, Craig, hundreds of people showed up to the meeting tonight after the district sent this letter to one of the union's president last week saying that due to failed negotiations, they will change that pay plan come August.
They will need additional summer employment, and maybe they will find that employment somewhere where they're treated with a little humanity.
Some of us have been here 15, 20 years. You know, and now all of a sudden you've decided to change the pay scale. It's not fair.
Lori Thompson has been at Omaha Public Schools for 15 years as a paraprofessional. She, with almost 200 others, filled the OPS board meeting tonight to oppose a new pay plan that will go from paying 10-month employees once a month year-round to paying them for the 10 months they actually work on a bi-weekly basis.
We don't make very much money. So every penny is supposed to go somewhere, and I have everything ready to go, and it automatically comes out. Now, if the summer rolls around and I don't have any check at all, I think it's going to be tough.
The plan that will take effect on August 1st, 2018 will affect paras, office personnel, transportation employees, and food service workers. An OPS spokesperson said this new pay plan is used at other large school districts and is becoming more common. Susie Anderson, president of SEIU Local 229, was among one of the 14 speakers who spoke emotionally against the plan that's been in talks of happening since June.
When you mess with people's paychecks, then they're very concerned. And, you know, most of these people are lucky if they make over $20,000 a year. That's hard to budget if all of a sudden you have to budget that for an extra 2 months that you're not going to be getting paid.
Anderson says the employees it will affect are loyal employees who care about the district.
Have taken away our loyalty, basically. And when you take away loyalty, you lose. Our kids lose. Our kids lose no matter what in this.
Now, one of the union presidents told me they will be talking to their attorney about any possible legal options they may have. Reporting live from the studio, Maya Signs, 3 News Now.
Governor Pete Ricketts has signed a rule change making it easier for newly arrived military spouses to teach here in Nebraska. Ricketts believes it lifts a burden on husbands and wives who want to work in the state as teachers. Previously, they had to get a temporary 3-year license while working toward a state of Nebraska teaching certificate. That did not work for many military spouses who often move around the country.
Now, your Weather Alert First forecast.
After some rain early this morning, we are now looking at cloudy skies across the area, but that is about to change. We're actually looking at more rain moving into the area as we speak, and those rain showers definitely picking up just off to the west of us. That's where we're starting to see at least the leading edges of the precipitation moving in, and eventually it will start to switch over to snow. But right now, all rain from around Fremont to even Newman, the Wahoo area, and then even around Columbus. Light rain showers there. The further to the south we travel, again, temperatures above freezing, so we're looking at light rain stretching from Falls City just around the Lincoln area and even between Beatrice. Eventually, though, colder air will start moving in, and we're expecting that rain will switch over to snow. Right now, we're sitting at 43 here in Omaha, 30s back to the west, so not too long and not too far from now, we'll start to see that switch over to snow between Norfolk and even Wayne as we go into the overnight hours. Our temperature trends here, we stay in the 40s up until about 1 a.m. Then we start dropping into the 30s. That's when the rain starts picking up. We'll continue with rain here until about 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning, and then a switch over to snow. I'll have more on the timeline and also the amounts and how this storm system will impact your morning drive.
In our What's Driving You Crazy report tonight, 2 major construction projects are forcing commuters to take detours. The ILQ ramp from 680 just closed tonight for the next 3 months. Crews will make bridge repairs and pave that stretch. The Center Street entrance ramp to I-80 will remain open. Also closed, the ramps from southbound 480 and northbound 75 to eastbound I-80. They will be down for a month for pavement work. Construction season got off to an early start this year, you know that. The barricades went up fast, blocking off roads for construction. City officials and police have been seeing more and more drivers going into areas that are closed. That includes the intersection of 168th and Blondo and 114th near Pacific.
And really, if you think about it, it's for the safety of the driving public as well. If you're driving on a road that's closed, there is no anticipation of safety by the contractor. He can dig a trench, he can dig a ditch, he can park a piece of equipment out there at night that may or may not have reflectors on it.
If drivers get caught in restricted areas, police will ticket them. 3 News Now traffic reporter Max Tarleton will have more in his What's Driving You Crazy report tomorrow morning on 3 News Now. A crash this morning on I-29 in western Iowa shows how wearing a seatbelt can save lives. An Uber driver named Chad Wade sent us this video. Look closely. Police say a trailer came unhitched. A pickup truck hit it. The truck then rolled. Wow. The driver only suffered minor cuts because he was wearing a seatbelt. However, last month, 18 people died in crashes on Nebraska roads. 14 of the victims were not wearing seatbelts. Space available, vacancy. It's a surprising trend in Omaha when it comes to offices. Among the areas, West Dodge, Midtown, and Southwest Omaha. Investors Realty Vice President Tim Kerrigan tells us vacancies might be up because there's a lack of quality choices on the market.
In the better buildings in those locations, there's just not very much space available. If you're driving Midtown or you're driving downtown and you see something available, you see something empty, you know, chances are it's got some inherent complication to it, a lack of parking, for instance.
There are some areas, however, where renovations and structures called speculative office buildings are going up. Developers are building them, hoping to then attract tenants. A wild weekend in the NCAA basketball tournament, nail biters and upsets galore. We are down to the Sweet 16. Some great teams are heading to Omaha. Clemson beat Auburn last night. The 5th-seeded Tigers will face top-seeded Kansas on Friday night at the CenturyLink Center in the first game. 11th seed Syracuse, the Orange, stunned Michigan State on Sunday and will take on Duke in the nightcap on Friday. That leads to the hunt for tickets and how much it will cost. The games are Friday and Sunday. Ticket Express has tickets on Friday for both games, starting at about $370 and going up from there. The All-Session Pass, which includes the 2 games Friday and the 1 Elite 8 game on Sunday, is going for about $525. That's a big increase compared to what the prices were last week.
At those price points, a lot of people are saying, you know, I'm a KU fan, I'm a Duke fan, this is a must-see game, I want to go. The reverse is also true. So a lot of people are saying, you know, I'm not sure if I want to sell my tickets, but I want to see what they're worth.
So who's everybody rooting for? Chad Carr says about 30% of the people calling Ticket Express are interested in Kansas, with 20% hoping to see Duke. The other half are just excited to see great basketball right here in Omaha. Crowds going to this weekend's games will face tighter security at the CenturyLink Center. We told you earlier this month about the new metal detectors. The CenturyLink Center installed 50 walk-through metal detectors. Security used them on Saturday night at the Kid Rock concert for the first time. Today was also a big day for cosmetic changes to the so-called hardwood at the CenturyLink Center. Omaha World Herald digital journalist Megan McGill shows us how it's done.
They don't call it March Madness for nothing. Today, the CenturyLink Center is getting a new look for the NCAA Midwest Regional this weekend.
The crew is a 12-person crew, and it takes about 5 hours to install the whole court.
The pristine wooden floor is brand new.
It takes about 6 months to manufacture the floor. They started in fall of 2017, and it's really it happens in 3 phases.
First, the timber is harvested in small town Michigan. Then the panels are assembled, and finally they're painted, sanded, and shipped off to their destinations, in this case, Omaha. But the court is only one part of the preparation.
Between meeting with hotels and security and buses and airport people, there's a lot of people with a hand in this that makes it a success.
The planning starts 18 months in advance, but all involved feel the payoff will be well worth it.
It's huge for Omaha to have 4 teams coming in that have a chance to go to the Final Four. We've hosted preliminary rounds before, but that's just first and second round, so to have a chance to do regionals and really exciting.
For Mecca CEO Roger Dixon, the opportunity is huge. But to welcome fan bases like Duke and Kansas, that's just the cherry on top.
We have nothing to do with that, but we're pleased that we got who we got coming.
Reporting in downtown Omaha, Megan McGill with the Omaha World Herald for 3 News Now.
Should be some great games, right? Omaha Performing Arts, by the way, unveiled its lineup for the 2018-19 season with a long-awaited announcement tonight. The Broadway hit Hamilton will take over the Orpheum Theater from September 10th through the 29th in 2019. Other shows include Tony Award winners Aladdin and Come From Away, both of which are currently playing on Broadway. And the musical On Your Feet, as well as School of Rock, Miss Saigon, and The Phantom of the Opera, all on the agenda. Uber has parked its fleet of self-driving cars after a tragic accident in Arizona. What specifically happened, and the new questions about the safety of autonomous vehicles. Next.
You're watching KMTV 3 News Now with Jennifer Griswold, Craig Nigrelli, Weather Alert Team meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin, and sports with Adam Kruger. This is KMTV 3 News Now, live at 10. Life moves pretty fast. It's important to start your day one step ahead. 3 News Now this morning keeps you connected to what's new, now, and next. Max Tarleton gets you around those morning jams. Ryan McPike tracks the storm's every move. And Emily Zink and James Johnson keep you up to the minute on what impacts your morning. With the news you need to jumpstart your day. 3 News Now this morning, made for mornings.
More and more people have discovered something stronger, more dependable, longer lasting. They've found themselves in a Chevy truck. And now you can too. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Qualified lessees with a current eligible GM lease can get this Silverado All-Star for around $229 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
When you're shopping for electronics, Nebraska Furniture Mart has it all. Shop thousands of electronics on display. HD TVs and home audio, smartphones and cameras, computers and headphones, fitness equipment, and more. Find everything electronic at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
The $3 million community commitment.
We promised to give $3 million in free advertising to nonprofits this year.
And we are well on our way.
Thank you.
To apply for an advertising grant, go to 3newsnow.com.
More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time. Trying something new can be exciting, empowering, downright exhilarating. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Switch into a new Chevy now. Current qualified competitive owners and lessees can get this 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $199 a month.
See your Heartland Chevy dealers.
The 3 News Now Mobile Storm Tracker, sponsored by Jensen Tire and Auto.
Tonight, Uber has put the brakes on all road testing of its self-driving cars after one struck and killed a pedestrian in Tempe, Arizona last night. It is believed to be the first deadly accident caused by an autonomous vehicle. Chris Van Cleve has the latest.
The force of the fatal crash dented the front of the Uber self-driving SUV. It was in autonomous mode with only a safety driver on board. Tempe, Arizona police say 49-year-old Elaine Herzberg was walking a bicycle across a busy thoroughfare frequented by pedestrians Sunday night. She was not in a crosswalk.
Preliminary investigation showed that the vehicle was traveling at approximately 40 miles an hour. And our investigation did not show at this time that there were significant signs of the vehicle slowing down.
This is the first known fatal accident involving an autonomous vehicle. In a statement, Uber said, "Our hearts go out to the victim's family. We are fully cooperating with local authorities in their investigation of this incident." Last year, an estimated 40,100 people died in traffic accidents in the U.S. 94% of crashes are blamed on human error, and safety experts believe self-driving cars will significantly reduce those numbers as autonomous vehicles are expected to make up 25% of the global auto market between 2035 and 2040. Companies from Alphabet to Intel to General Motors are banking on this industry taking off. While accidents involving self-driving cars have happened, they tend to be minor. This Arizona crash saw an autonomous Uber end up on its side after being hit by another driver. 32 cities in the U.S. are either running pilot programs or planning to start one. Dozens of companies are currently testing self-driving cars in Arizona.
The accident happened right back by that blue sign there. You can see it's a good distance from where the crosswalk is at that stoplight. Once the NTSB is on scene, they're going to have a host of questions, among them the role of that onboard safety driver who was supposed to step in if need be. Another question, could any vehicle have stopped to avoid the accident, and was everything working on board that autonomous vehicle the way it should have been? Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Tempe, Arizona.
And tonight, the NTSB has opened an investigation into that crash. Uber, by the way, has been operating self-driving vehicles in other cities, including San Francisco, Pittsburgh, and Toronto.
And the chances for a wintry mix tomorrow, rain and snow. I'll have the timeline and the amounts coming up in just a moment.